He was the type of kid that would give his shirt off his back. He was really kind, more compassionate, I think, than all of us brothers. A good kid, good all-around kid. He was a passenger in a car. They slid into a truck, impacted on his side of the vehicle, and he was in a coma for 4 months. And we're not sure what he takes in. You know, he smiled when I picked him up today, but you really don't know what he's thinking. It's hard to tell.
PASRR is a program for individuals with intellectual disabilities or related conditions that reside in nursing facilities. Our jobs are to do an assessment to determine if there are, specialized services that they would benefit from while they're in the nursing facility, enhance their quality of life, but also to look for placement in the community.
PASRR is all about being person-centered, and that's a word that you hear in any conversation when you're talking about the disability community and service planning around that. We need to get to that individual, the one who's driving the process. It needs to be about what makes them happy and fulfilled, and what are their goals for their life. What does self-sufficiency look like to them? And our assessors have brought so much energy to this, and really they caused it to happen in the beginning. It's our team, because we started talking to them about person-centered principles, and they said, what do we do with people who don't use words? How do we do that? And we didn't have an answer for them then. So that's when we knew we had to find an answer, and so we consulted with a speech-language pathologist, Brittany Asher, who's been fantastic. She's worked a lot with people who have disabilities, especially intellectual disabilities, and so she totally got what our vision was. And she has helped us to develop a toolkit that we can use whenever we go out to do an interview. When we're meeting people initially and we don't really know how they communicate, we can have some tools in our bag that can help us get more information from them and have to rely less on the other people in the room. What we really hope is that we'll be able to change some people's lives. That maybe this will be the start of something bigger. Maybe other agencies will want to jump on board, and maybe this will become the new standard of what access looks like for people with disabilities. So we could, over time, add new tools to the kit, decide maybe some of the tools aren't as useful or some are more useful. We'll keep moving with that, and we're very excited to see where that takes us.
The thing I like to do right off the bat is the iPad, and that shows, can he look at the target, does he know to push it, and can he physically push it? And then the go-to talk that I used with Scott, he was able to recognize the yes and no, but he couldn't push it hard enough for it to actually verbalize yes or no, which again is why the iPad was a better option for him, because he didn't have to push it as hard.
Scott, the whole time we were there, he was communicating non-verbally. Facial gestures with nodding his head, shaking his head, tapping on his brother's hand when something interested him. Lots of indicators that came from Scott that he's got a lot to say, but he doesn't have the words to say them, and it really is our responsibility as an agency to say to Scott, how can I help you? Tell me what it is you really need to tell me. Access is not just about being able to get in a door if you use a wheelchair. Access is also about being able to make your thoughts known if you don't use verbal language. There's a lot of people who have intellectual disabilities. For them, that's the case.
We are advocates every single day for our clients. Very little of our assessment actually talks about their care. Most of it is about what makes them happy, what are their goals, and what they enjoy doing. We want to see what this person's capable of. And that's what's exciting about our program, is that we really push the boundaries to give the individuals choices and see what they can do. And it opens the doors for them.